So you're exploring low investment franchise opportunities. Who doesn't want the lowest investment franchise with the highest returns? But allow me to educate you on what looking for the cheapest franchise actually means. Who doesn't want the lowest investment franchise out there? Look, I've been franchise consulting for a lot of years, and I don't think I've ever had anybody come to me saying, gee, Kim, I want the biggest investment you have. Most of the time, people are like, look, Kim, I want the lowest investment with the highest margins. And oh, by the way, I don't really want to put that many hours into my business. And I'm always like, yeah, when you find that unicorn, come to me because I want that franchise too. And on that note, in case one day I do find that unicorn franchise, you better like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right now because I'm going to announce that unicorn franchise right here on kimdaly.tv. Okay, so seriously, when people say, I want the lowest investment franchise, I can definitely create a list of low investment franchises. But what's more important to me as your daily coach is helping educate you on what I hear when you say, I want a low investment business. So let's talk about what low investment in a franchise means. So in a franchise, money and time are inversely related. So the lower investment of money, the higher investment of owner time commitment I need. The bigger the investment in the franchise, the lower the time commitment can typically be by the owner, even from day one. When people come to me and say, Kim, I really want to keep my full-time job, but I want a home-based business, something I can do as a side hustle, and I only have like nights and weekends to put in because I'll be working full-time. This is one of those scenarios that doesn't actually exist in a franchise business. Because when you have a home-based business, which would typically be a low investment, it's a low investment because you're not taking on the overhead of a location, right? You're not building out a space. You're not carrying a lot of inventory. But when you say to the Daily Coach, I want a home-based business, I want you to hear what I hear. Home-based to me means, okay, I don't have to take on the overhead of a location because I am raising my hand and I am willing to go out and find my customers where they are. So that means as a home-based business, you, the owner, are in a sales-driven opportunity. You're waking up, cold calling, prospecting, driving activity every day. Because if you're home-based, how is anybody going to find you? Right? And if you have a low investment, that typically doesn't include a marketing budget. Marketing is very expensive. So these low investment home-based businesses are businesses where owners are raising their hand saying, I want to be a full-time owner. I have an outgoing personality. I have high energy. I'm self-motivated. I'm willing to wake up every day and go out and drive that activity to find my customers. Now, I'm guessing by this definition, most of you who came to this video looking for a low investment franchise are about to click off. But don't. Give me the opportunity to explain this a little bit further, please. Look, sometimes people need a low investment business because this is where they're starting from financially. But what I want to say to you, if you're watching this video and now you're discouraged because you're like, Kim, I did want a home-based business and I only have a small amount of money to put in, but I really don't want to be hustling and cold calling and prospecting every day. I don't want to discourage you. What I want to say is sometimes the first investment you make is just the first investment. It doesn't have to be the end-all business. It doesn't have to be the dream business. Sometimes it's just the bridge between corporate America or a W-2 job and freedom as a business owner. It's just the way that gets you there. If a business is built to be sold, why does this have to be the only thing you ever do or the last business decision you ever make? No, it's the first business decision you're making. So if this is where you start, this is where you start. But here's what I want to say to you. If you're lucky enough to start in a home-based opportunity, I'm going to say two things actually. And lucky, if I'm lucky enough to start in a home-based business, Kim, none of this sounds like I'm going to be lucky. You are lucky because if owning a business is all about finding customers, and you invest in a franchise that has name brand recognition so that the day that you open, people are just coming into your stores. Like that's the dream, right? But that's the dream because for all the years leading up to this moment with that brand, there were pioneering franchisees who educated the market about that brand. That brand just didn't open from day one and the stores were busy. That was years of producing a consistent consumer experience so that customers came back and new franchise stores were open. And eventually it gets to this place in its growth where it feels like build it and people will come. But every franchise business starts at the beginning where nobody knows the brand and somebody has to go out and be the first brand ambassador. If the first franchise investment that you make is one in which you learn how to hunt, where you learn how to get up every day and create a pipeline of activity, number one, you are always going to have a business that you own and control. When franchisees leave their marketing or finding their customers to the franchisor or anything other than their own control, they never actually learn how to be in control of their business because owning a business is all about finding customers. So if you start out in these low investment franchise opportunities where you have to learn how to prospect and build a pipeline and follow through and build relationships, then you are learning from the ground up how to fully own your business. How can that be a bad thing? I'm telling you, it won't be a bad thing. The second thing I want to say about low investment franchises is this, and I don't want anybody watching this video to take this as an earnings claim because it is not. The level of investment going in does not correlate to the potential to earn money. So we talked about money and time being inversely related. That is not the way it is with the amount of money going in and the ability to return. I would say that if you become the person who can drive a prospecting plan, if you become the person who can build a sales team around you, or you are the person who can build a sales team around you right now today, you have greater potential to build an unlimited business in these low investment categories than in any other franchise opportunity out there, including the big ones like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. Because when you know how to prospect again, and you know how to drive that activity, the size of the territory that these franchisors will award to you relative to the number of customers that you need to build what will feel like unlimited income, the disparity will be so big that you can grow and grow and grow. Let's say that you know a real estate agent that sells 10 homes a year. Let's say that I know a real estate agent that sells 10 homes a month. Their annual income is drastically different. Now, if they were both trained by the same franchisor, they had the same marketing by that franchisor, they were given the same opportunity the day they went to training, but they ended up producing two completely different results. What made the difference? Or better yet, should I ask, who made the difference? Who is the owner? That's you. You have the potential to be, have, and do anything that you want to do in these low investment franchise opportunities. So I know you came to this video hoping that I would share with you like 10 of the best brands that you could go look and research. But that's not what the Daily Coach is here to do. Anybody can do that. That's not what I want to do for you. I want to inspire your dream by educating you about what your money buys and the role that you play and the opportunity that you will have. I can find you the specific franchises that have good back-end engines and systems and strong franchisors that have the leadership and the accountability to hold you accountable once you say yes to this franchise. That doesn't matter here for this video. The point of this video is to help you see exactly what your money buys. Don't go looking for cheap or low investment franchise. Go searching to understand what your money buys. Work with an experienced franchise consultant like the Daily Coach. I want to be your Daily Coach. I can help you even with more clarity beyond this video understand where you are today, what you qualify, and what franchises out there today match exactly what you're looking for. If you give me the opportunity, I promise we will have some fun and we'll find you the business of your dreams. It might not be in this first one, but this first one is how you get to the business of your dreams if you're starting with a small investment today. I hope this video has inspired you to want to work with me because I really do want to be your Daily Coach. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so I can share more daily truths with you. But if you are inspired to begin today, please email me right now.